Okay, so we were doing the asset accounting. In the asset accounting, we have done till the step number 19. The next step is to create the asset master data or maintain the asset master data. So we can create the new asset master data with the help of transaction code AS01. Path is also given here. And if we want to make the changes in the asset master data, then the transaction code we can follow AS02. If only display is required, we want to see the information for any of the asset master data, then in that case we can use transaction code AS03. When we are going to create any of the new asset master data, in that case we need to provide the asset class ID, we need to give the company code ID. So let's create this new asset master record with the help of transaction code AS01. AS01, under which asset class we want to create this asset master data. So let it be the asset class as double two, it is 4401, and company code ID we can enter 2244, and then we can press enter button. Press enter button. System has taken us to the asset master data where we need to provide the information under the tab general data or under the tab general. Here we need to give the information. This is the asset we want to get created under the asset class land. So let it be the land for 2244. Then you can just see here we have the count determination which is going to link your GL with this asset master data, so that in case of any asset purchase, sale, transfer or retirement, so system is going to pick the relevant GL. Then after that, here under the posting information we have the capitalized field which system has given us as a mandatory field. So we need to give the capitalization date. What is the capitalization date? Capitalization date is the date on which we have started using that asset. So for example, if we have acquired the asset in the month of February, and that asset we have started using in the month of March, so the capitalization date is going to be March. So here let it be the date as 1st of January this year, and after that we need to go to the time dependent data. If you want to assign this asset to any of the business area, cost center, plant, location, function area, so accordingly you can assign it, or you can just mention here the relevant information for the business area cost center. Then after that we need to go to the last tab, depreciation area tab. Here it is saying that business area we need to maintain as a mandatory information. So let it be business area as 2244, and then we can go to the depreciation area tab. You can just see system is just showing you the depreciation key as 0000 for this asset class land, and for this asset master record we are going to create. So from where system is picking this depreciation key as 0000, because we have activated the depreciation area for the asset class, and at that point of time we have assigned the depreciation key as 0000. So that is the reason whenever we will be creating any asset master record under the class land, system is going to every time system is going to drive this depreciation key as 0000. If we want to change it, we can change it, but if by default it will be 0000. And from where it is coming from your depreciation area level, and at which level we maintain it at a asset class level. Then what is the useful life of this asset? 10-year. And if the useful life of this 10-year for this asset is 10-year, 5 month, 3 months, 6 month, 9 month, 11 months, accordingly we can mention here the period as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is not, then we can keep it as blank. Then after that we have the ordinary depreciation start date, from which date you want to get the depreciation calculated. So let it be the depreciation calculated date is 1st of January 2023. Then after that you can just see here it is showing you the number for this asset as intern 001. What does it mean? It means that system is going to give us the internal, as per the internal number range, system is going to provide us the number. So in order to get the number, what we need to do, we need to just click on the save option. Click on the save option. Here you can just see system has given you the asset number as 101 space 0. So why space 0 is coming? Because it is the main asset master data. If we would have created the sub asset master record, then system would have given here the number as 1 2 3. In place of 0, system would have given you the number as 1 2 3 and so on and so forth. Okay. Then here we can just see, because it is a main asset master record, what we can find out, we can go to the menu asset, and we can make the changes in the asset master data. If required, we can display the asset master data information. So press enter button, it will show you the information. Okay. Now we can just go back, and for the same asset master record, you can just see we have now a third tab, that is the asset value. If you want to check the value of this asset, it will show you 0. Nothing will come. Why? Because we have not added any value to this asset. So we'll add the value once we create all our asset master record under all of our asset classes. Now we will be creating the next asset master record under the class building, that is the next class. So we can just go back, and once again we can run transaction code AS01. This time we need to select the asset class ID as 224402, that is the building, and again press enter button. You can just see here, this is the asset master record creation screen. In this screen we can just see we have two buttons. One is for the master data, second is for the depreciation area. So the information you are going to maintain for your asset at a class level. So this information you are maintaining for these two tabs. One is for your asset master data, second is for your depreciation area. Now press enter button again, and system has taken you the master data of this asset class, which is 224402. Here, what is the name of this asset? So this is the building for 2244. Then again, we need to give the capitalization data same as earlier, 1st of January. Go to the depreciation area tab. You can just see this time it is coming as a depreciation key 4401, because for this asset class we have default at the time of activating the depreciation area, we have defaulted this depreciation key 4401. That is the reason it is coming. Then useful life of this asset is again 10 year, 0 month, and ordinary depreciation start date is 1st of January, and then we can save it. Click on the save option. It is saying that the business area is required. So let's have here the business areas 2244, enter. So we have got our next asset number, which is 201 space 0. Again, it is a main asset. Now, what next we need to do? So we need to have the asset under the next class, which is 03 land building. Now it is plant and machinery. Give the name as plant and machinery for 2244. Then again, we need to give the capitalization date as it is 1st of January. Then we can go to the time dependent data, give the business area, go to the depreciation area tab, give the useful life as 10 year. You can notice here the depreciation key again it is changed. So it is coming as 4402. And why it is coming 4402? Because for this asset class we have selected the depreciation key as 4402. That is the reason. So whenever we will be creating any of the asset master record under the class plant and machinery, always system will be giving you the depreciation key as 4402 in case you want to change it. So we can change it because it is a editable. So we can change this field. Now here let's have it the period and ordinary depreciation start date as 1st of January 2023, and then save it. Then the next is the furniture and fixture. So we can give the reference of the asset class ID 224404 for the furniture and fixture. And you can just see here we have a third field called number of similar asset. What is the use of this field? If you want to create the similar asset, let's say you have received 100 laptop or 100 iPad or 100 iPhone. So those assets you want to create in the system, and for this most of the assets are having the same information. So in this case what we can do, we can create similar asset in a single go. And how to create these similar asset? So for this, we need to give the number, maximum number allowed here. It is triple line. So maximum like triple line number of assets, similar asset you can create in a single time. So let it be the similar of asset we want to get created five. Five similar asset under this asset class we want to get created. So press enter button and give the description. So here we can have the generic information, furniture for double two double four, and again we can give the calculation date, business area, and depreciation area, useful life, period, alternate depreciation start date, save. So here it is saying that because we have selected the number of similar asset as 5, so it is saying that system is going to create 5 similar assets. So you want to create it? Yes, we want to create it. Click on the create button. So you can just see here system has created 5 assets, and these assets are like these assets have range from 401 to 405. So 401 is your first asset master data, that is the furniture. And then we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how we have managed, we have created. Now it is saying that if you want to make the changes in any of these assets, so you go to the menu, asset, and then go to the change option. So we have 401. So let it be the 401 is this is what this is the office furniture, office furniture, and then save it. Then 402 is your guest house furniture. Then next is your some other kind of furniture. Okay. So this is how we can make the changes in the asset with the help of transaction code A02, or we can go to the change option. Now what next we need to do? So we have created the assets under land, building, plant and machinery, furniture. So let it be the vehicle, and for that once again we can go to the AS01 and we can give the asset class ID as 224405. Number of asset we want to create one only in the company code 2244. So this is what after the land, building, plants, it is the vehicle. So let it be vehicle for 2244. Then we have the capitalization date as 1st of January. Time dependent data, business area we have 2244. Then depreciation area, useful life we have 10 years 0 month, and ordinary depreciation start date is 1st of January, and then we can save it. So we got all our assets created. Now what next we need to do? So we need to add the value to these assets. In order to give the value to each of your asset, we need to do the purchase. And before we do the purchase, let's also create the sub asset master record. Here we have created 5 main asset master record. Let's create one sub asset master record. How to create this sub asset master record? For that you can use a menu. In the menu you have here the option as create sub number, and if you want to use the transaction code it is AS11. So you can go either way. Then we can give the reference of the main asset master record under which we want to create the sub asset. So let it be the main asset master record ID as 201, enter. So for this building what we want to create, we want to create the building lift. So let's have here the description as lift for building 2244, and then save. Now you can just see while creating the sub-asset master record, system is capturing the information like the capitalization date, like the business area, like depreciation area. So all this information system is taking from where? From the main asset master record. Okay. So that is how it is maintained. So when you will be creating the sub asset master record, system will be taking the reference from your main asset master record information, and when you are going to create the main asset master record, then system will be taking the reference from the asset class. So that is how the data is maintained. Now I'm going to save this sub asset master record. You will notice here the sub asset master record system has given you it is 1. Okay, and normally we have here 0 because it is a sub asset, so it is 1, and it is because it is the first sub asset record. If I will be getting second, third, fourth, fifth, so accordingly it will give you, system will give you the number as 1 2 3 4, and you can just see it has a prefix that is your main asset master record ID. So this is how the number convention is maintained for the sub asset and main asset. Now after this master data creation, what next we need to do? So we need to add the value. In order to add the value, we need to do the purchase, and this purchase we can do with the help of transaction code F-90. So let's have the transaction code F-90, and we need to give the date. So let it be the 1st of January. We have acquired all these assets, and the posting date is also 1st of January. And then we can go down. We need to give the vendor number. We can use our existing vendor number. So press F4 key and for the company code 2244, we can see the vendor number. It is 600,251 for this vendor, or I would say from this vendor we can do the purchase. It is saying that the period has been changed from 6 to 1. Okay, enter. Now this period is not open. First period is not open, so you can't make the transaction. In order to get this period open, what we need to do? We need to go to the transaction code OB52. In this case, we need to give the reference of our posting period variant, which is again 2244, and accordingly we can open the previous period. So let it be from 1st to 6th, that is the June month, and then we can save it. Click on the save option. Once again, we can go back to the transaction code F-90, through which we can do the acquisition of asset purchase. You can just see here the title, it is showing you acquisition from purchase, and here we have the vendor. Now we can give the date as 1st of January, posting date 1st of January, go down, 31 posting key we have for the vendor number we have 600,251, enter. Now we need to give the amount, so let's have here the amount as 200,000, and here we can have the terms of payment as blank. Then in the text we can mention the asset acquisition. Then we have the posting key. Posting key we will be using relevant for the asset. It is 70 for debit, 75 for credit. So here we are using 70 for debit. Now with this posting key 70, it is going to pick your account type asset only, and it will show you the account number relevant for the account type asset. So we can just see for all, like it is showing us all our asset records. So how I will be able to identify which one is a sub asset and which one is a main asset? You can just see in the asset number, sub number, or the sort field we have. So wherever we can just see 0, it is a main asset, and we can just see 1, that is a sub asset. Now I want to start with the land. Let's have it the land. It is 101 space 0, and after like providing the asset number, when we are doing the any asset purchase, we need to also give the transaction type. So the transaction type we have at the time of purchase. Press F4 key, it will give you the option. So under which transaction type you can do the asset acquisition. So we have 20, 30, 40, 50. So you can select the relevant one. So if it is a external asset acquisition, we can go with the transaction type as 100. So let's select here the 100 transaction type and then enter. We need to give the asset amount at which we have acquired this asset. So let it be asset value as 50,000. 50,000, this is what land purchase. Then we have again 70. So the next asset number is 201 space 0. Once again transaction type I am entering 100. So value for your building, it is, let it be 40,000. 40,000. This is what building purchase. Then we have 70 posting key, and it is for the 201 space 1. Remember we have also created a sub asset, transaction type 100, and amount I'm giving for this sub asset for this building lift as 10,000. This is what lift purchase, and then we have 70. After that 201 space 0 we have 301 space 0, transaction type same 100. Value for this it is, let's say, 35,000. This is what it is, or 55,000. It is plant and machinery, plant purchase or purchase of plant. Then again we have 70. After the 301 we have 401, that is the furniture, transaction type 100. So we have 25,000. This is what furniture, and which furniture? Office furniture. Then we have 70, and after the 301 we have 401, we have 402. It is a guest house furniture, 20,000, 20,000 guest house furniture. 70 posting key. Next and last asset we have 501 vehicle, and value we can give it as 15,000 vehicle purchase, because it is a last asset. Okay, so we need to balance this transaction, so let it be the amount as asterisk. With the asterisk, system will balance your this accounting entry. Now press enter button, just put it here 0, and then enter, enter, mm, enter 70, transaction type. Okay, I'm putting here 0. Okay, or let's say it is $10. Now enter, and here we need to, actually we are getting a difference of 10. Okay, so what I need to do for this 402, you can just see the value is coming as 20,000, so I'll make it as 10,000. And vehicle, I will give the value as 10,000 again. Okay, now this transaction is balanced, so the amount we have on both side, debit and credit side, so both are the same. So here we have the zero difference. System will allow us to do the posting. Click on the save option, save. So now we have, system has also added the value, and we can see the asset value. So this is the document, and now we can check the asset value. Go and check the asset value with the help of transaction code. Again, it is the AS03. We can use transaction code AS03. So which asset value you want to see? So let it be the asset as land, and I want to see the value. Click on the asset value. Now you can just see here it is showing you 50,000. Okay, and this value we can just see we need to maintain under different tabs. So here we have the planned value, posted value, comparison parameter. So here if I'll take some other asset, so this is the land and building. So likewise, if I want to see the value for 201, this is for the building. So for the building you can just see at which amount we have acquired it, 40,000, and on this asset at the rate of 10%. So the annual depreciation is how much? 4,000. 4,000, and this is the planned value. This is the planned value, and this 40,000 we have received from where? So this 40,000 we purchase this asset externally. Externally, transaction type is 100. So whatever the transaction you will have with respect to the asset, whether it is a purchase, sale, or transfer of asset, or any kind of asset transaction you will have, so the system is going to show you that information here. Now under the planned value we can just see the amount, actual amount, and we can also see the planned depreciation amount. Now for the 101 it is showing you 0. Why? Because to the land we have assigned the depreciation key as 0. That is the reason system has not calculated any depreciation. And then if I just switch back to building where we have the depreciation value also, so we can just see the depreciation value is coming as 4000. Okay. Now if you want to see how much actually you have posted the value, depreciation value to this asset, so for that we need to go to the posted value tab, and we can just see for this 40,000. For this 40,000, ordinary depreciation amount is coming as blank. Why it is coming as blank? Because we have not posted anything. And you can just see system has also split that amount on a monthly basis. You can just see month wise that amount 4,000 has been splitted by the system. So we can just see for the first period the amount for January, the depreciation amount system is just showing as planned, not posted. Status is coming as planned as 333. Then for the second period it is 334. Then again 33, 33, 333, and then we have 334. So if you just see the sum of 12 periods, it will show you the amount as 4,000. Now, how to post the depreciation, that we will also see. We can go to the comparison tab. In this comparison tab, you can just see we have the annual depreciation value as 4,000. So every year system is going to depreciate how much? 4,000. And why it is so? Because we have opted here the straight line method for the depreciation. So if you want to see the how the system is going to give you the ordinary depreciation value under the written down value method, so for the written down value method, we can select any other asset which is assigned to the written down value method. So let it be 301, enter. Now you can just see under the written down value method, the first year depreciation amount is 5500, next year is 49, then next year is 44, 45, and so on and so forth. So the value is getting depreciated every month, or it is getting declined every month. Okay. Now what next we have? We have the parameter tab. In the parameter tab for this asset master record, which depreciation key you have assigned, description is given, useful life is given, remaining life is given, and then we have that useful life is there, then this is the remaining life, and then we have the ordinary depreciation start date. Okay. So this is the information. If you want to see more information about your depreciation key, then you can click on this depreciation key button. It will give you the more information about it, like what is the period control method you have assigned, what is the base method you have assigned, what is the multi-level method you have assigned. So all this information system will just show you. Now we can just go back. So if you want to see the asset report, we can go to the next transaction code. We can see the asset report, and this transaction code is Courier screen only. Okay. So one way is you go back, you click on this asset value, and it will take you to that AW01N. Okay. And if you directly want to go to this AW01N, so we can simply use this transaction code, enter, and we will get this screen. Okay. So this screen is your asset explorer screen, where we can explore our asset. We can find out each of our information related to this asset. Then it is saying that you can have your asset report with the help of this transaction code and s underscore lr underscore 870 So let's run this report, enter. Company code ID, business area if we are using, otherwise you can keep it as blank. Asset report you want to see as on which date? As on the 31st of December 2023 if it is the annual report. Depreciation area, under which depreciation area you want to see it. Then we can use here the list asset. We want to list our asset and then execute. Click on the execute button. Here we can just see in this asset report, system has taken the balances till 31st December 2023. This report we have executed on 8th of June, and you can just see we have all these assets. S number is we can identify if these are the sub asset or main asset. Then the capitalization date is available. Then we have the asset description. If we go on the right side, so here we can just see the asset value. We can just see the depreciation value, and after the depreciation value, what is the net book value, so that we can also see here. So for the land, it is showing you the depreciation value as 0. So the net book value is same as your acquisition value. Okay. Whereas in the other assets, we have the building left. So you can just see the acquisition value is 40,000. 4,000 is the depreciation. Remaining value is 36,000. That is the net book value. Then again we can see the net book value for the lift, it is, for sub asset it is 9,000, and the sum of this asset value under this asset class building, it is 45,000. Then we can also see the value for other asset, and this value we can just see the acquisition value, depreciation, and net book value. Okay. So after this, if you want to post a depreciation for all your assets, so for this, we need to every month we need to carry out a month-end activity under which we'll be posting the depreciation, and we'll be using this transaction code AFAB. So let's use transaction code AFAB, transaction portal AFAB. And for this, we need to post the depreciation period wise. We can start from the period 1. So let it be the company code ID 2244 fiscal year 2023. Period information we need to give 01, and it is a planned posting done. And then we can further, in the further option, we can select the checkbox list asset. So system is not going to post the depreciation directly. First it will show you the value for all your assets, so we can verify the value, and after that we can come here, remove the test run, and we can have the actual run. So if we run the actual run with, if we execute this depreciation run with this actual run option, then system will post the depreciation for all your given asset. Now I'm going to click on the execute button with this test run option. It will give you this message. Click on the yes option. We want to continue. Here we can just see it is showing you this test run is completed successfully. So we have this asset number once again, serial number. Then we have the account determination. This time we can also see the account determination for your first asset, for your second asset class as 224402. Then we have 0304, and so on and so forth. Then we have the business area. We can also see the distribution. We have the depreciation area as ordinary 01. We can just see the annual depreciation amount is 4,000, 1,500, and how much we have posted so far. So we since we have not posted anything so far, that is the reason here system is just showing you zero amount. Then after that we have the amount TBP. TBP means amount to be posted. So amount we are going to post for this asset number, it is 333. Then we have for the next asset, so these are the number total value it is going to depreciate, it is 1248 across all these assets. Then after that we can see the cumulative value, it is same as your amount TBP value. Okay. Now we can just go back, remove the test run, click on the execute button. So it is saying that this depreciation posting will be only carried out in the background. So we will carry out in the background. So for that, what we need to do, go to the menu, program, and we need to select the third option, execute in the background. For this, we need to give the output device, for we need to give the printer ID as LP01. LP means local printer, and after that we need to click on the enter button. Again press enter button. And then because we want to get this depreciation posting done immediately, we can click on the immediate button. If you want to do it on a particular date and time, we can select here the date and time. If you want to get this depreciation posting done after a particular job or event, so or any operation mode, so we can use these options. So because we want to post it immediately, click on the immediate button, click on the check button, and then save button. So the depreciation posting has been done. We can check it. For that, we need to go to the background job schedule, and program is RA Post 2000. So this program RA Post 2000 we use for the posting of depreciation. So here we can go to the menu, services, we can go to the job, and we can go to the job overview. Click on the job overview, and again click on the execute button. Here you can just see the job name is RA Post 2000. So we have our user ID, and after that we can see here the job has been performed. And what we can do, we can select this job. Actually here the status is, it is showing as active. Okay, it should be finished also. So in order to get this finished status, we need to refresh this job. Now you can just see the job got finished, and here we got a spool. In order to open this spool, we need to select this job, click on the spool button, and here we have this ABAP list, so we can click on this button. So here it is showing you that for these assets 201, 201 space 1301, system has posted how much. So annual depreciation value is 15,000 across all your asset. If you go on the right side, it has depreciated this 1248 across all these assets. Now if you want to see the asset master or asset value, so if that has been changed or not, for that we need to go to the AW01N, or you can also go to the AS01. The transaction code is AS03, and here we can just see the value for 201, because for land, because we have not posted anything, so it is not showing anything about any depreciation change. So we can click on the asset value. For this asset we will see the changes in the depreciation. So here we can just see it is showing you 4,000. So it is coming as earlier also because it is a planned value. Now go to the posted value. In the posted value, you will see here system has started showing you the ordinary depreciation amount as 333, and you can also see here it is coming as posted in place of planned. Why? Because for the first period we have posted a depreciation. So the same thing you will see for other asset also. Let it be 301, or let it be 401. Okay, any other asset. So this is how we will be able to run the depreciation or post depreciation across all our asset under this depreciation run. Now we have posted depreciation. Now we need to retire this asset. So if we need to retire the asset, for this retirement, asset sale, we use transaction code F-92. Transaction code is F-92. So let's use transaction code F-92. Enter. Here when we are going to sell this asset, so we need to give the information for our customer number. So let's have this sale of asset on today's date, 8th of June. DR means this is the sales invoice, and the sales invoice we have for our customer 01, and asset and this customer number. If we don't know, press F4 key. From the list we can select company code ID 2244, enter, and then again enter. Customer number is 10291. Value for your sale of asset, it is how much? It is, let's say, 50,000. 50,000. And what you want to retire or what you want to sell? So here we want to sale of asset, and this sale of asset will be using. Remember, we have created one GL with the name sale of asset, and that is your clearing account. So that we are going to use here. So let it be the sale of asset GL number 300 100. Enter. Amount is asterisk and text is plus. Okay. So amount is 50,000 and text is plus. Now here we need to always select this asset retirement checkbox if we want to retire any asset, and then press enter button. So what this checkbox will do, it will take you to the, it will in the background, it will, you need to first select your asset, and whatever the asset you will select, so in the background it will calculate the accumulated depreciation, then loss gain on that particular, on this asset sale, and asset will be retired with the value we have acquired. So press enter button. So here you can just see system has triggered a this message or this screen. In this screen we need to select the asset we want to get retired. So let it be the asset as building. We want to retire the building. Select here the building, and asset value we need to provide here. What is the asset value? Asset value date is the date on which we have stopped calculating the depreciation. We are not calculating posting any depreciation. So asset value date is today's date. We will not post any depreciation after today's date. And then we need to select the checkbox complete retirement, enter, and after that we need to click on this overview button. So now we need to go to the document. In the document, in the menu we have the document, and after the document we need to click on this simulate general ledger. Now you will see here we have entered how many line item? Two. Okay. So rest of these four line items system has derived automatically. And what are these two line item? What are, sorry, these four line item? So we have this 40,000 at which we have retired this asset. We have retired 75 posting key. You can just see it is related to the account type asset. Then after that we have the accumulated depreciation with the posting key 70, and it is showing you the depreciation amount is 1667. Then this is the sale of asset account which we have credited. This is the sale of asset account which system has debited automatically. So we can double click on this, and we can just see the posting key we have here. 40 means this is a GL account. Then 50 means again a GL account. So we got a gain on this sale of asset, and how much gain it is? 11,667. So we can overview this document, save it, click on the save option. So if the sale of this asset is going to impact your asset value also, we can see its impact in the asset value. Answer is yes. So we can go to the AS03, and we can, for this asset 201, we can see the asset value. You will see the change. Now you can just see you don't have here anything. Okay. So that asset value 40,000 it is showing you 0, and here you can just see it is showing you debit amount as a plus amount 40,000. Okay, earlier when we acquired it, and when we have sold it, it is showing you minus credit. And when we have sold on 8th of June, when we purchased 1st of January. Okay, so whenever you will do any kind of asset transactions, it will show you that line item here, and the transaction type will be given, amount will be given. Now if you just see here, it is saying that the asset is retired with amount 50,000. We have the ordinary depreciation amount as 1667, and then we can also see the gain which is coming as 11,667. So this is how we can retire our asset with revenue or without revenue. Then, so since here we system has picked the revenue, okay, if same way, if we sold the asset less than the revenue amount, then automatically system going to pick your loss account. Okay, loss due to the sale of asset. Now the next is if you need to transfer the value of one asset to another asset, so how you will be able to transfer it? For that you need to run this transaction code ABUMN. Transaction code is ABUMN, and you will be able to transfer it. So let's see first the asset value. So we have two assets. It is 401. It is AW01N. This is for the Asset Explorer, and here we have 401. Enter. So you can just see we have the value for this office furniture 25,000, and 402 we have the value as 10,000. So what I want to do, I want to transfer the value of furniture, guest house furniture to office furniture. So what will happen? So office furniture will become 35,000, and this guest house furniture will become 0. And accordingly the depreciation value will also be transferred by the system. So office furniture accumulated depreciation will be created, and accumulated depreciation for this guest house furniture will be debited. So here we can see that we can see the change. For that we need to run transaction code ABUMN. Transaction code is ABUMN. Enter. So for which asset we want to transfer the value? So we want to transfer the value for this 402, and when we want to do it, on today's date we want to do it. So let it be the document date, posting date, and asset value date as today's date. Then we have the text as asset value transfer, which to which asset you want to transfer 401. Enter. And then before you do the posting, you can see it. Go to the document, this simulate button, and then enter. Enter. You observe here the entry. Here it is saying that your your asset value has been depreciated from your guest house furniture 10,000 and added to your office furniture 10,000. Accumulated depreciation from your guest house furniture got debited and office furniture got credited. So if you want this posting to be completed, click on the save option. So here this is the posting we have. So if this posting would have changed your asset value, answer is yes. So what you do, you once again you go to the AS03, and once again for the 401, if you just check the value, it will show you 35,000. 35,000, and here we have the detail. 25 we got through the external asset acquisition, 10,000 through the internal transfer, and based on this 35,000, you can just see the ordinary depreciation amount has also increased. So it is saying that 417 amount system has also transferred as a ordinary depreciation or accumulated depreciation. So if you just see the here, if you just see the posted amount, so you can just see for the sixth period it is showing you the more amount, okay, because from this date we did the transfer. And if you see the value of your 402, it will show you nothing after the sixth period, 0. Okay, and if you just see the value we have here, it is 0. Why? Because this value we got transferred to the office furniture. So this is how we will be able to transfer the value of one asset to another asset. Now the last is asset scrapping. If you want to scrap your asset, so in this case, what is the accounting entry? Let's see. So for this for the asset scrapping, we have a different transaction, and it is ABABN. Transaction code is ABABN. Enter. 10, it is 501. I want to scrap, and document date is today's date, value date is today's date. This is the asset scrapping. Before you do the posting, you check it, go to the simulate button, and here it will show you that asset we have acquired, it was with the amount 10,000 and it has been retired with 10,000. On that we have posted a depreciation amount as 417 till now, and the remaining amount system has assigned to the loss due to scrapping GL, which is 102, and it is 9,583. So this much we have scrapped, we have written off. Now we need to save it if we want to post it, and once again you can see the asset value change with the help of A03. You can just see the asset value, it will show you nothing, and this is the depreciation posting we see here 417. So here it is saying that this asset has been retired without revenue, so we got the loss. This is the depreciation amount. Okay, so this is how we'll be able to do the asset scrapping. So that was the last topic of this asset accounting, and asset accounting is the last topic we have in the FI component in the FI module.